I don't want to go to the other side of the coin yet because we got Dr. David Chow, but like Josh Allen last night.
Oh my God.
What happened with what's going on with Josh Allen? He was on the show. He looked good, sounded good.
Yeah.
Said the boys were tense. The team was there. He ends up with 3 picks to the same guy. Mr. Whitehead ends up hitting a season-long escalator in his contract. You get 3 picks this season. We'll give you an extra $250,000. He said, we got Josh Allen week 1. I'm going to get them all right here. Now, the one was an arm punt.
Right.
That shouldn't even count. That is actually an incredible play. What?
It should. 38.
Yeah, I guess. And also Dawson Knox to the left was seemingly open if you really wanted to drop it off. But he ends up pinning him at like the 4-yard line or whatever with that thing. Obviously, because the guy gets tackled as soon as he catches it. Is the punter able to do that? We don't know. We're not.
He could have ran.
Yeah, he got one-on-one open
one-on-one.
field. Josh Allen. I don't want to see him open field.
He ends up in the top 5, backed up inside the 10. It's a really good punt. That was an absolutely incredible punt. But there was a couple other picks where Whitehead jumped it, caught it, and Josh Allen made a bad decision. Should we worry? Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, right? These are the 2 guys that we talk about alongside Patrick Mahomes in the AFC. Both have very rocky, tough starts. We assume they'll figure it out because we think they're incredible football players. But Josh Allen has a lot of these moments taking place over the last couple of years. I think since 2018, he obviously has the most turnovers in the NFL. His first year was not great. He has how many fumbles since 2018?
51 fumbles since 2018, only 21 lost.
I'm saying, like, Josh Allen is the prototype. Everybody's looking for Josh Allen. And last night, it seemed to have 3 of the plays that end up showing up sporadically through the last couple of years. Let's assume he'll right that ship, and so will Joe Burrow. But at the top of the AFC right now, there's some real question marks at the quarterback position.
Like last year, I kind of wrote it off. I was like, maybe, was this a last year thing? But then he comes out and does it again as far as the turnovers are concerned. And, like, especially when you have a lead, he had a lead for all of those. Like, and Aaron Rodgers is out, and you're going against Zach Wilson. So it's kind of like, hey, you probably don't have to force these things against a great defense. Maybe let's play. He just doesn't. I don't think he has it in his DNA to play any way other than what he does.
Buffalo Bills fans have to be watching that game last night thinking maybe the non-hype about our team is accurate. Why was that the way the Bills played last night? I think we're all very shocked by that.
Well, we kind of Tone mentioned it a little bit with like Josh Allen might just not have that in his DNA where like he always wants the big play. He's always going to push the ball down the field. And I'm not comparing the 2 guys, but this is what we always talked about with Carson Wentz. It's like, hey, at a certain point, like you have to change what's in your DNA. You can't. He leads the NFL in turnovers over the last 3 years. He's getting paid all this money. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like, you just can't be doing this kind of stuff, especially when you're in a division that's going to be like you need all these games. And then the fumble late too, where it's like that game's over. All they don't even necessarily need to score. You just need to move the ball a little bit down the field and then potentially pin them. Like, you fumble, and then boom, Zach Wilson, who hasn't done anything all night, now he's got a short field, and all they need to do is convert a field goal. So I think he just needs to, rein it in. You don't need to throw an 80-yard touchdown on every single play.
The arm punt ball,
Yeah.
I think, he's one of the only humans that can throw that ball.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, whenever he's running to his left and he sees an opportunity to do something that he knows he's on the 28.
Yeah, humming.
Yeah, that's a
That was a 70-yard ball.
Unreal.
Cross his body, back over to the other hash. That's an absurd throw to not only try to make, but to be able to make. He's able to make that throw. Not a lot of people can. And we've all heard the Dan Orlovsky story in film with Matthew Stafford. And they're watching a play, and Dan Orlovsky's backing up Matt Stafford. And he says, hey, why'd you choose to throw the ball there? And Matthew Stafford, with the laser pointer, goes, you see that throw right there to the check down or the seam? Yeah, you can make that throw, Dan. That's a throw anybody can make. This one over here, though, you can't make that throw, right? No. Okay. That's what I thought. That's why I can make that throw. That's a fun throw to be able to make. It's like Josh Allen has those moments in the game where it's like, oh, I can put this thing 74 yards right now, right into the bucket. And we're talking about a highlight forever. And this defense can't expect me to throw this ball that far.
No way.
And then it feels like more often than not, the defense does expect. They are waiting on it.
That's a fine line. Great and super talented players got to walk. You got to see the big picture. All right, sometimes just take what's there, take what's given to you. And like you said, there's been a story for him, and he, credit he owned it after the game. He was just like, you know what, it's the same thing. Different season, basically, because the same thing happened last year when they played the Jets. And that's the only thing you can point at with Josh Allen and say, hey, That's the one thing he's got to fix, and that's between the ears. He has all the physical tools. If you create a player on Madden at quarterback, it will be Josh Allen. 6'4", 6'5", 240, can run the ball, can throw it 75 yards down the field, but you just got to be able to rein it in, see the big picture, and especially when you have I don't think their defense is as good as the Jets, but you have a good defense. And I think the Jets played a role in this too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was playing. This is one of the best, probably top 2-3 defense in the league.
Wow.
So you can see even the game plan coming out, it was a bunch of dink and dunk passes. He was trying to get the ball out quick. That D-line is strong, but you got to be able to rein it in and just see the big picture if you're Josh Allen.
And every time we talk to Josh, one of those types of questions gets brought up. Like, hey, how do we feel about that? And he says, I got to be smarter with the ball. Ken Dorsey tells me that whole thing. He gives the song and dance and the answer. But sometimes, if it quacks,
Yes.
Yeah.
like sometimes it is.
Right.
Like,
All the
that's
time.
just what Josh Allen is. There's going to be an upside that nobody else can do that Josh Allen can do. But sometimes there's going to be a moment in a game where the little 16-year-old Josh Allen inside of his brain sees something, and it's like, this would be awesome.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the ball's going back the other way, and there's a billion-dollar franchise going, whoa, come on,
Wait a minute.
come on, we can't have that. Then Josh Allen gets a chance in 2-minute drill to get down in field goal range, and he does.
Yep. Exactly.
It's like when you talk about a balance, it's like gift and a curse having the ability that he has. But damn, I would love to have Josh Allen as my quarterback.
Yeah.
I would love to have Joe Burrow as my quarterback. Both of them did not start great this season.